People say, how can you work in a prison? We go home after 8 hours, they don't. It's like a little city within a city. This was me in 1976 when I came down. At first, I was afraid of Arthur Kill because I came from a maximum security prison where everybody would be locked in their cells. And when I hit Arthur Kill in '76, there were no cells, and the inmates were in dorms.
Arthur Kill didn't have bars, so you had prisoners, a lot of them were afraid to be in there because the bars is for their safety. So the other prisoners don't attack them, don't rob them. People thought they didn't have real hardened criminals there. Well, they only sent the easy ones to Arthur Kill, but basically it was the same prisoners from Attica and Clinton, Maximum, Greenhaven. They came down because they were within 5 years of going to the parole board. Not that they're going home, but that they're eligible.
Majority of inmates, they didn't stay there long. But you had some more inmates that was there like close to the whole 17 years I was there. Everybody's got that possibility of being a murderer, child molester, rapist, all that.
There were people that were in the mafia. We had one guy who was one of the killers of Malcolm X.
Average unit on Arthur Kill was 60 inmates. How many officers with 60 inmates? One officer. So 60 to 1. Even if you Bruce Lee, you ain't got a chance in that.
When you are by yourself, unarmed, and all the bad guys have knives, you know, they're homemade weapons. You don't know if you're coming home. You can't dwell on it, but the officer was in severe danger. The correction officer is like 24 hours a day because not only are you on call, but also you can run into people in the street that remember you and you could have a problem. I was one of the few that retired and got their pension. Most of the people don't make it.
We had this one inmate, and he felt one of the inmates that jumped him was across the hall. He runs by my desk. I chased him across the hall because he was going to get this other inmate. He had a sock in his hand. I caught up with him and I grabbed him. I picked him up. And I remember I'm telling him, I said, if you swing that sock, I'm gonna drop you. He had 2 locks in that sock. So if he would have swung that sock, I'd probably be drinking out of the straw to this day.
There was 5 of us in a gym, and the whole gym, I don't know how many were in there, maybe 75, 100 prisoners attacked the 5 of us. So it was a little like the Alamo, but a guy tried to grab me from behind and hold me, but I turned it around and they hit him instead of me.
We had the escape where they hid in the garbage dumpster and they jumped out in the Fresh Kills landfill. They closed the roads, they were looking all over for them. In reality, this is the hidden secret of corrections. In 90% of the cases of escapes, you can find them in one of 2 places, their girlfriends or their mothers. A few weeks later, where'd they find them? In their girlfriends and their mothers. And then there was one other escape that I remember. The lights weren't operating properly at night. Somehow they never got the money, and of course the lights didn't work, and the guys climbed the fence and they got out. Another girlfriend. I felt that it was a mistake to close Arthur Kill for a number of reasons. This was the only medium security facility with a layout and programs, big time programs. We had an emergency response team at Arthur Kill called the CERT team, Correction Emergency Response Team. We used unofficially, the guys would get together to search for kids that were missing, Holly Ann Hughes and a bunch of the kids that were missing.
When we went upstate, most like administration, like for different facilities, said, how they close Arthur Kill? They gave us the option. That summer, they told us, they was like, the jail's definitely gonna close. It was like, you have the option now if you want to transfer out. So a lot of my coworkers, they left that summer. But me, myself, I'm gonna be there to the last day. They gotta pull me out by my shoes. That's the only way I'm leaving, because I don't want to leave. So far now, I've been to 4 different jails. And out of all the jails, Arthur Kill was like the only jail I can honestly say that I felt like family. It felt like home.
You develop bonds there with people. My partner was Rodney Morris. He was a brilliant man who I miss to this day. He passed away. He was like a brother to me.
The last minute, we thought about throwing a barbecue. We was like, we should do something, do a reunion, try to get everybody together. When Como decided to close our jail, we got scattered all around the state, so it's like, we just wanted to get everybody together. You know, when you got family, you want to show your love.
How you holding up? Hey, everybody all right?
To see everybody, it just felt so good. Everybody had a good time.
Thank you very much.
It was a great place. I just wish we could go back to 1976 and start it all over again. I don't know what more I could say about Artie's by the Sea. That's what we used to call it, Artie's by the Sea. Sounded better than Arthur Kill. Artie's by the Sea. That's the place.
If I had to choose out of any 50 of them jails to go to, if Arthur Kill opened back up tomorrow, I would be there. And I thank God for the time I had there and the officers I worked with.
That's my Arthur Kill.